sports, food. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go. Now, as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important, we apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I am Ryan.
And I am Trenton, not talking to that mic as much as Ryan.
But if you
Gotta
could,
sound deep.
welcome to the
Yes.
80s hour.
Right.
From midnight to
Quiet
2.
storm. Quiet storm, Trenton.
Oh, yeah. I'm Sean. And thanks for
Man.
joining us today on the RTS. And we're already off to a bang as the calendars flipped from October to November. The weather is already following suit. I'm glad you guys are finally getting some cool weather.
Yes.
Oh, well, it didn't
Nice.
last long. Back up to almost 90 on one of these days this week. So,
Are you kidding?
no.
Oh, my God.
It's like 87 or 88 or something, but still.
Yeah.
It's like ready for it to go away completely.
Yep. Well, we hope everyone had a good, safe, and plentiful candy assumption of Halloween. The werewolves are gone.
I know. I still need to hit up the stores for that 50% off candy.
There ain't going to be nothing there now.
They still have a few. Target's prudes about it. They do 30% off till like this weekend.
30?
And then it goes 50 off like on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, you said on Saturday there's 50% off?
I think it goes 50 on Saturday.
Well, get there earlier. You're just going to be left with a bunch of dum-dums.
Right.
Yeah, if you go, you left.
Yeah, that's all that's left. Like Tootsie Rolls and dum-dums.
Candy corn.
Like, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
I would definitely take a
garbage.
Tootsie Roll. Yeah. But guys, soon.
I'll mess around with the Tootsie Roll.
Yes, turkey time.
It's
all
almost
right,
that
speaking
time.
of that, pizza time. Hold on.
Okay, Ryan has a pizza in the oven.
So scared him with the turkey noise.
Yep. So tonight we do have, as we are recording, we have Pittsburgh hosting Tennessee. Just talking Steelers, weirdest 4-3 team in the league. T. Why? How?
They find a way to win, and their offense isn't doing squat. So, I mean, their defense is there. It's good. You got TJ. I think Cam Hayward came back and played tonight, or is playing tonight. But their run game's not there, and they're not connecting with their receivers. So
DraftKings had them at 19.5 points for their over-under. So,
as far as them scoring, I'm probably taking the under. I think they scored 17 maybe somehow. I don't know if they're going to score 20. Just don't see that happening.
I don't know. And then we'll see what Will Levis, Mayo Boy, can do today. If he can keep earning that upgraded sponsorship from Duke's up to Hellman's mayonnaise, maybe.
Up to Hellman's.
If you haven't seen, folks, Will Levis, the starting quarterback for the Titans, has been become infamously famous, I guess if you could say, just for putting mayonnaise in his coffee and then actually drinking that nasty crap. So, get it?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Big yeah, nah on that.
No. Well, you're not even the biggest Mayo fan, period, huh?
Biggest? I would say I'm not one at all.
Okay. Well, then I'm biggest. So, down with Mayo.
Oh. Nice pass. Nice pass there. Nice catch.
Yeah. I mean, they've got talent, man. It's like, I don't see why they've just struggled. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Not too sure either. I mean, maybe part of this Deontay Johnson not be able to not being in there and them not being able to spread the field kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, you can't blame the officials, and you had a big drop in that last game, so
yeah, that's true too. Part of it again is I think a lot of it's the run game. I mean, if they're going to be one dimensional more or less which is passing, then there's Najee. Glad to put him on the bench.
Of course, man.
It's good. Yeah.
Of course. But it's the opening drive. Let's see how they do on the second drive and on from that.
Yeah. Well, something must have happened to that pizza.
It's probably stuck to the oven rack. Do you throw your pizzas on the oven rack?
Yeah, directly on it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I rotate halfway through, even though I know it should be cooking evenly. But while we're waiting on Ryan, tonight we will be bringing in the top 5 crock pot recipes of our favorite choosing.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, man. There's that guy right there, Kyson.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry, yeah, pizza's directly on the oven rack, correct.
Oh, he was listening
and
the whole
Will
time.
Levis.
Nice.
Yeah, Duke's mayonnaise is way better than Hellman's, I promise. Duke's awesome.
Do you mess with Miracle Whip?
What's that?
Miracle Whip? You mess with that?
Nah, I'm not a Miracle Whip guy. I like mayonnaise. Not salad dressing.
I'm not too sure what the difference is on both of them, so
the pizza, yes, directly on the oven rack, it comes out no better. I have a pizza stone I put underneath, and I don't know what it does, but I don't know what it does to the heat, but it helps the pizza get like super crispy, which I love. And then I just put it from the rack directly on that pizza stone, and it like cooks it a little more because the pizza stone is hot, and then
I can see that.
Delicious.
I can definitely see that. Yeah.
All right. Well, before we bust into this top 5, I'm kind of mad at you guys because you didn't say anything about my shirt.
Yeah, Green Day.
Yeah,
I can see
greatest band ever.
Yeah, you know how old this shirt is?
1996.
5.
5.
Yeah, Nimrod shirt, isn't it?
No, Insomniac.
Insomniac. Yeah, my bad. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
Nimrod.
One of the
I'm the Nimrod.
most underrated of their albums. But yeah, I pulled it out of my memory chest, and I mean, I didn't even have to get it close to my nose to. Whoo! So I'm still trying to figure out what kind of scents I'm picking up from it. But no, I'm just kidding. I did wash it just for today. But it's awesome that their North American tour for next summer has been announced. So we will be broadcasting from Austin together from next August. Yeah. But before that, but I can't wait. It made me feel like a kid again, you know, and then it made me realize like, holy shit, I have been listening to them that long. But that's okay. Because the new stuff, the new stuff is
20
good.
years, you know.
The new stuff is good. Well, it's the 30 year for Dookie.
30 years.
20 year for
Jesus.
American Idiot. So it's, I can't wait.
Yeesh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We's old.
But you know what? We'll be one of, well, there'll be quite a few, but there'll be some fans that don't know all the words. But, I mean, there won't be an album that will be played or sung that we won't know. So.
True.
Well, if it's the newer stuff, then there's a good chance of that, because I don't know. I didn't like some of that stuff. But nonetheless, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time, and mixed with Rancid, so yeah.
Yes, Rancid. Yeah. Oh,
it's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait. How many times have you seen them, T?
Like I said, 7 or 8 times.
That's badass.
So,
Ryan, you've never seen them?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Rancid, no, I never have. I want to.
We'll play some Op Ivy stuff too, so it's a great show.
Yeah.
Do they?
Looking forward to that.
Really?
Sure.
Oh, I love that. Love Operation Ivy.
Yes.
Well, they usually do. I mean, depending on if they have like a new album out on this tour or something, they should dabble in a little bit of it though. I just saw that on Instagram that Op Ivy did a little backyard show on not necessarily Halloween, but maybe the day before. So that's pretty cool.
That's so cool. Yes, can't wait for that. And of course, to be hanging out with you two, drinking a lot of beer, eating some good food, and music. I think I could handle that for a few days. You know what I'm saying? So with that,
it's like a bad idea.
Yeah. No. Well, we will be having food because that seems to be one of our favorite things, guys. So let's just go on with top 5 crock pot recipes.
Let's do it.
It's
Guys,
that time of year.
who wants to grab the mic first?
I'll let
You want me to go, T, or you want to go?
Yeah, go ahead, old into the mic.
Guy. Right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Savory crock pot recipes.
Savory crock pot
According to
recipes.
Ryan.
All right. Here's some savory ones. So, just some honorable mention stuff I'll put in there. Slow cookers, crock pots, whatever you want to call them. They're awesome. I love because you can just put something in before you go to work, come home and eat it. You know,
Set it
leave it
forget it.
overnight, whatever you want to do.
Low and
So
slow.
I've done both.
No,
I have some honorable mention ones that I'll put. Pasta / lasagna is something I've cooked in there before that came out really good. Some you don't really think of, you know, a little bit of pasta, it comes out good. Gets that kind of baked, you know, that baked lasagna, it gets that baked profile and is really good.
Nice.
Ribs. You would think ribs would make my top 5. It actually didn't. It's right on the edge, but I love cooking ribs in the crock pot too. They come out amazing. And then fajitas. Some you don't really think about, but fajitas are really good. Marinates it in the veggies and it's delicious.
It's a good damn idea.
Something to try.
Cool.
So number 5, I have gumbo. Big gumbo fan. It's easier in a crock pot, but you do have to do a little bit of prep in a skillet. But I love cooking that stuff low and slow, and then it just tastes amazing. Number 4, I have Zuppa Toscana soup. Don't know if you guys know from Olive Garden, the creamy soup kind of with the spicy sausage and kale and potatoes in it, but it's delicious. It's about the best thing from Olive Garden you can get besides the breadsticks.
I have not messed with the Zephyr soup.
Yeah. I recommend it though. I even make a keto version of it. So instead of the potatoes, I put cauliflower, and I promise you would not know the difference. So
I can
delicious.
See that. I can see
Try
that.
it. Number 3, I have pork butt. You can kind of use that for tacos, burritos, whatever you want to put. Just soaking a pork butt and getting all the meat off that. Pulled pork sandwiches. I kind of put it all in one just because there's so many things you can do with it, with that pork butt. But use that a lot. Number 2, I have Mississippi pot roast. Don't know if you guys have ever had that before.
No, definitely want to try it though. I've heard all about it.
Yeah, it's freaking delicious, man. I recommend it. It's close to number 1. I promise. It's like there's so much you can do with that too. But man, a nice savory dish. But number 1, which I'm sure a lot of us will have, chili. I love chili in a crock pot. I mean, that's like my all-time. Man, just I'm a Texas guy, so I usually do it no beans. I can do beans if it's needed, but I usually prefer my chili with. I actually use pretty good cuts of meat for it, and some ground beef. I kind of mix a lot of like 2 or 3 kinds of beef together. But yeah, I love chili in a crock pot. It's great. Cold day. I love cooking it overnight, eating it. I'll eat that shit for breakfast. I don't care. So it's delicious. But that would be my top 5.
Excellent.
Crock pot meals.
Yes. Very nice. So what is the Mississippi pot roast?
So it's essentially a pot roast, and it has a ranch dressing mix in it, like a gravy, like a au jus you have in there. You put tons of butter, dude. I'm talking like 3 sticks of butter.
Good Lord.
In it. I'm serious. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you can go ladder on that. And then pepperoncinis. The pepperoncini peppers. You got to get those in there. Part of it. Those 5 things, man. Besides the chuck roast, obviously you have, the pot roast.
Is it pepperoncinis?
There you go. Pepperoncinis, yeah, pepperoncinis,
Pepperoncinis?
whatever.
What the
Yeah,
hell is that?
you know what I mean.
Pepperoncinis.
No,
You know,
there's so many zinies and greenies and
pepperoncinis.
ronies. I can't keep up
Yeah,
with that. So,
pepperoncinis. There you
okay,
go. But good
that
stuff,
sounds
man.
really good. I did write a
Yeah, I've
Look
side
up
note.
the recipe, everyone. I'm telling you.
I've heard
Try
it's
it.
fantastic, and it's something I definitely want to try. That's for sure.
You can make
myself.
and you can make like sandwiches out of it. I mean, you can do anything you want with it.
Badass.
And it's just amazing.
Lots of potatoes.
So,
all right, T, fire away.
Yeah,
man. I don't have a huge list. I use my crock pot often, but I just always make the same dishes. But say 5 is ribs. Like just again, set it and forget it kind of thing. And kind of go different styles with it. Like I just did them the other day, so they were fantastic.
Looked awesome.
I do like them better baked in the oven, but I'm still learning how to make them better in that crock pot though. So, but yeah, number five is ribs for sure. Number 4, I didn't know about the pasta thing, so I'm gonna have to try that. Do you put the pasta in there raw? Or
no,
uncooked,
you actually boil it.
Okay,
yeah, you put it in there cooked.
Because I know I've left it in there before, and I'm like, I don't know, I've made other things and stuck it in there to try to keep it warm, and it overcooks it, or it makes it hard.
You gotta keep an eye on it, and you put it on low. You don't even try to mess with anything on high.
Yeah, for sure. Number 4, I do a crustless chicken pot pie, and so that's another solid one for me to. Again, like you're saying, on those days where it's cold and stuff, kind of just, cook the chicken first, throw it in, then add all the other ingredients, let it go, and cook some, if you want some kind of crust with it, just make some like crescent rolls or biscuits or something like that you want to have to pour over it or put on top of it. Number 3, pulled pork or a pork butt, like you said, like, you go barbecue with it. You can make tacos with it. You can just make several meals for several days, and several options too. Like I said, you can use different ways of going about it. And then number 2, mom's favorite, is the roast potatoes and carrots. Same thing as not same thing as a Mississippi roast, but the same kind of concept. But
a pot roast
style. I would like to figure out how to make like a gravy that's with it kind of thing. Like it turns into a gravy. I always make a little gravy on the side and then kind of do that. But I haven't been able to figure out how to do that in there because there's you get all the other juices and stuff off of it. But I'm trying to figure out how to thicken that up and make it more of a.
It's hard to do it. Make a gravy in the crock pot for sure.
Some grandma recipes out there that just
on the side you could do a little butter and flour, make a little roux, and then add it to that. So
that's true too. I just don't know how to add it. Go ahead.
No, I was saying you could probably turn the crock pot up to high, pull the roast out, and then add the roux, stir it, let it cover it, bake it a little bit, and then while that's going on, shred your roast, throw it back in, and then bam.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm just afraid the roast's going to fall apart.
Oh, too bad.
It's everywhere. I dropped it.
You have to pick all the samples up on the side and,
I don't want it to fall apart, though. And then, go all over the place, so. But yeah. Roast, Mississippi roast sounds great, too. It's something I definitely want to try. It's something me and my roommate and stuff have. What up, Crow? I've talked about doing, so, yeah. And then, of course, number 1's chili. Like it's hard not to. I don't know how it's not to be your number 1.
Right.
I've heard ways of cooking the chili like in the crock pot and then taking like the cornbread mix and then putting it on top and somehow that will cook.
I've heard of that,
but I haven't tried that yet. That's something I want to try. I just don't want to ruin the chili.
Yeah.
It's like
I've seen that where they put the mix and then it bakes it and then it puts like a crust on top of it,
Mhm.
almost like a la chicken pot pie in a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The chili pot pie, I guess.
Chili papa, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are mine. I mean, like honorable mentions. I'd say easy way if you throw wings in there and kind of go that route. But I like my I like my wings crispy, which I think a lot of people do. And then if you just want to do like some shredded chicken tacos, kind of throw it in there as well, and let that just kind of do its thing, which I did recently. But yeah, there's a couple of honorable mentions, but there's all kinds of ideas. I think that's just to narrow down my favorites. So, and probably more to come as we experiment with this thing.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So,
I wrote the chicken pot pie and the Mississippi pot roast on side notes, so added to the grocery list.
Yeah.
So, yep,
For
yep,
sure.
yep.
Oh, good. D-Hop gonna throw a pass. Oh, maybe not.
I like when Derrick
Maybe
Henry
should have
throws. That's a smart tuck and run. Ooh.
He was throwing to Henry. That was who he was going to.
Jump pass.
It was on the
jump.
Henry was deep. You could see him. So watch Henry over here. He goes
shocked
deep.
He was not dealt.
On a little wheel route. Here he goes.
Yep.
They covered him.
Oh, anyways. All right. So with mine, number 5.
Yes.
I have the chicken tacos that T was just talking about.
Yeah.
Chicken breast, taco seasoning, some salsa, low and slow. Thanks.
Do you ever use dark meat for it?
Yeah, you could. But the chicken breast, just like that, I kind of butterfly.
It's easy because it's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and you can do that way. Yeah,
and you just
it's a lot easier.
Put the top on, don't even mess with it, and it just shreds apart. Yeah. And it's, the tacos are juicy, a little runny, but that's okay. That's why they made pants.
That's the point.
Exactly. At 4, I have like the little meatballs, where you put the grape jelly, or you just kind of make any kind of style of meatballs. I mean, just even low and slow with your basic frozen meatball or handmade, and some marinara, and then pull it out, and you got some meatball subs. Cook a little pasta. It's just good for cold day, which seems to be the theme of all these things. So that was what, number 4? Did I say?
Yes.
Okay, so then number 3 is pulled pork. Like you guys said, you can do anything with the pork. Make sandwiches, which I'm a huge fan of. I can eat massive amounts of sandwiches, and then fry up some onions or peppers with some little spice, and have some pork tacos after that. So number 2, I'm with you guys. The pot roast. And the little baby potatoes. We call them nibbles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're really good. And it's just like also with the brown gravy on top, and then like a good bread to soak that, as you clean your plate, like it looks like you just pulled it out of the cabinet because you've licked that plate clean.
There you go.
And then of course I've got chili at number 1. It's just great.
Yeah.
It's just like all these where you can just do so many different things with it. Low and slow. I do like the beans, the dark kidney beans and the red kidney beans, just kind of mix it up. But my daughter absolutely loves chili. And then you can make trash can nachos or trash can French fries with it.
Frito pie.
If there's any left. Frito pie. Fantastic.
Good
and
stuff.
I also like, do you guys ever make white chicken chili?
I have before, yeah.
No, I have
not. Like chicken chili.
It's good too. It's pretty good too.
Yep. And
not really a bean guy when it comes
to
chili. I'd rather
navy
beans. I'm not, but I do like some. I mean, I don't mind black beans in my chili, I can say, and then sometimes, like you said, just other kinds of beans. But to me, it's the meat ratio. It's like you gotta have that chili sauce kind of thing. So if the beans are getting in the way, it's like you gotta get them out of there, out of the way. I don't want beans hanging. If I'm eating a chili dog, I don't want beans all in the way where I'm trying to take a bite. They're falling off and
Right.
laying all over the place. So not necessary for me.
Right. I agree.
I did have.
It was a good list though, guys.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I did have queso.
know.
I like to make queso in the crock pot.
Queso as well.
Super low and
that's
slow.
honorable mention.
Queso is always
Short
good.
ribs.
Yes.
I'm with you guys on that. And I mean, I just love it. I love the weather. And of course, cornbread. Savory.
Cornbread for sure. That's the.
I wonder if they make a savory sound effect. Or maybe we just get you to record it so we can use it.
I know. Savory.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's more or less. Yeah, that's what it's doing. I'm sure, scaring everybody.
All right, with that, guys,
scares me a little bit.
NFL trade and okay,
skip.
The NFL trade deadline has come and gone. What's the biggest move that you guys think, real quick, before we jump into rapid fire?
Man, I don't know.
I think Montez Sweat to the Bears because it just didn't make sense. So, not sure what the Bears are doing.
That was the strangest move for sure.
I think they apparently I don't know, but listening to the shows and watching what I've the shows I've seen and stuff like that, and even listening to other people and then reading a little bit, it seems the Bears gave up a draft pick they shouldn't have for the guy. So, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to why that's where he went. But and then I think Chase Young, the biggest move is Chase Young to the Niners because it just adds more padding.
I agree there.
Chase
Young. So. I think Byard to the Eagles will help them out too in the long run. I thought that was a good little steal for them for nothing basically. So, but why do people even trade with the Eagles or Niners?
For real,
they get fleeced every time by them.
Rich get richer.
I'm just like, wow,
Leonard Williams to the Seahawks. I think that's a good.
Yeah, that one too, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Bolster them up a little bit too.
We got a second round pick for them. So
yeah, y'all got to steal for that.
Well, we need all the draft capital we can get to trade up for Caleb. Okay.
Man, what are y'all gonna do with Daniel Jones, man? Ain't nobody gonna take on that contract. That's the problem.
There's got to be like a get out clause, kind of like
that's like Russell Wilson, you know?
Wilson's contract hasn't even kicked in that he just signed.
Yeah, but they signed him. They re-signed him in Denver when he got there. So that's the one that they messed up on, and they can't find anywhere to trade him.
No,
I mean, dude's been efficient, but he's passing for 120 yards a game.
He's like top 10 in fantasy. And QB,
he's been efficient and throwing touchdowns, but just doesn't throw it enough. So, but we'll see. I thought the Vikings did a decent job, at least getting Dobbs for not much, you know.
Yeah,
but
he's a smart dude, so I feel like he could pick up that offense quickly if need be.
Yeah.
They like this Jared Hall kid, but I guess he's not very tall, so there's a lot of speculation around that. But
yeah,
I don't know, kind of like Sean was saying through our bull junking and stuff like that. Throw him in there and let's see what we got. Let's do it.
Why not? I mean, at this point of the year, you pretty much know if you're a playoff team. You know, you could have been a team that's been starting slow, kind of like Cincinnati, but you're finally hitting your groove. Or, it's just time to all right, let's see who's going to be on the roster.
Pickens wide open and Pickett missed him. Good Lord.
I threw it right over his head, didn't he?
Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
He had a lot of room to run, too.
Kenny Pickett, I don't think, is the answer either.
No, but they'll stay loyal to him because he went to Pittsburgh. And he's,
good luck with that.
Local kid. They're always.
I mean, give him some time, I think. Give him a little time. Give him another, see how this season plays out, and then maybe a different offensive coordinator. I don't know, but he has definitely missed some throws this year that he probably didn't do in the preseason.
Yeah.
So.
T, I wanted to ask you, which trade from the Manders did you hate more? Young gone or Montez gone?
Oh, both really,
Oof.
like both. I just don't. I understand them trying to rebuild and stuff like that. I didn't know. I didn't really. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. Like they were both. When they were both healthy on the field, they were very good assets to the defense. And now it's just kind of like, well, who? It's not necessarily who's going to step in to fill those shoes, but it's just like, okay, we'll see what happens. So I don't know. It was kind of it stinks. I
Are they
think
giving up on the season or no?
I don't think they're giving up on the season. I think they were trying to be smart as much as like get that draft capital, like Sean was talking about, get all you can. I
True,
mean, if
but you
there's,
trade your two best pass rushers too. I mean, those are, you see how vital those are for
yeah.
success in the NFL. It's
So I
huge,
think
man.
that's the thing is, so I guess that's the tricky part is like, are you going to stick with it and think like you're gonna make the playoffs, and if you do, you're gonna do any damage in them, and run with them for the rest of the season and get nothing at the end of the year, or are you
Yeah.
going to try to like go ahead and go, okay, look, like we're probably not going to keep up with some of these big dogs, so we
Well, I
might get
mean, yeah,
something out of them. But
it's the Lions, the Niners, the Eagles, and the Cowboys. Pretty
yeah,
much
so
running the
it's
show. So who are you going to get past?
yeah, so
So
you're right, you're absolutely right, Ryan, and I don't like that. I don't like that they kind
yeah,
of threw in the towel. But again, business and the way things operate, that's why we're at home and they're out there doing what they do. So
maybe Magic Johnson is going to help rebuild everything along with his
maybe
new
so.
owner. Never know.
Maybe so.
No, or the players have all the Starbucks they can drink.
Right.
So
That too.
all right, so let's go with some rapid fire, guys. Last week recap. Ryan went 10-6.
Ugh.
T
Dang.
bounced back from his 3-10 previous week at 11-5.
Good job.
And
Right.
and I got 13-3 myself.
I know.
Yep, I have narrowed the gap. I did not do the math, but T is back over 500, and
You passed me, didn't
I'm
you?
one behind.
Oh, okay.
But we don't know what will happen next. 4 teams on a bye this week: Jacksonville, the Broncos, Niners, and Lions. So after we've got bye weeks now until week 15, and then everybody's done. So this game,
Wow.
that's going on. I picked Pittsburgh 2014. Ryan, who did you have?
Pittsburgh 20-17.
Okay. And T?
I went Titans 2017.
17. All right. So once again, we are in for a barn burner here on Thursday night. Anything? Like, are we thinking Levis is going to have a decent outing? First road start?
We'll see. I mean,
Didn't look good early, I can tell you
Watt's
that.
been getting there a lot, so
Yep.
Time to
as
feast.
he always does.
Time to feast.
He's not going to have that performance like he did
He ain't
last
gonna
week,
throw
but
3 touchdowns.
no. He might get a couple in garbage time or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he does.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Put him in my lineup. So
well,
for fantasy purposes.
Get up bright and early because on Sunday morning we have our first game from Berlin, as we have the 6-2 Dolphins against the 6-2 Chiefs. Chiefs open up at 2.5-point favorites. Who you got?
Go ahead, T.
I think I'm going to take the Chiefs. I feel like it's a bounce back game, even though it's a neutral site. I just they're going to play. Mahomes is not going to be sick. They're going to play better than they did last week. And then the Dolphins struggle against teams with winning records, and so I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a back and forth kind of thing. I think Tyreek's probably going to have a big game going against his old team, just because
revenge game.
But I don't know. Give me Give me a 33-28 game Chiefs.
That's points. All right. Yep. Hopefully the brats and beer will help Patrick get himself right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely help Kelsey.
I like the Chiefs too in this game. Eagles 0-2 against teams with winning records. So that tells you where they stand. The Dolphins are 0-2 against teams with winning record. So I don't like them beating the Chiefs in Berlin in Germany. So I think Mahomes, like I said, just huge bounce back game for him. He struggled. No more flu. And I'm sure old Taylor Swift's going to be there, flying to Berlin. Might as well.
No,
a little
actually,
international
she
flavor.
might not be.
Yeah, I was going to say she's on
about
tour
to
now.
start her South American tour a few days later, so she might not be.
Fly in a jet. You know,
well,
she's got the
talk that she's going to.
She's got the billionaire power now. So, I got Chiefs 30-23.
Chiefer.
All right. Well, I'm against the grain. I think this is the Dolphins. They have to win against the winning team. It's going to be a lot of points, but I think you gotta kind of figure out what kind of team Miami is. Are they just like the summer, September, October, high flying power, run past you offense? Are they going to be able to adapt I don't know how cold it's going to be in Germany. Did anybody happen to look?
I don't have the weather outlook for that game.
Okay.
I think it's indoors anyways.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it? Is it in an indoor?
I'm not too sure because I think it's a soccer stadium clearly, and it could be an outdoor stadium kind of thing. But
let me see.
I do not know 100% on that.
But I don't know. For some reason, I like the Dolphins to take care of business at 28-24. All right. Then we go.
And sorry, I was wrong on that. I want to say it's actually in Frankfurt, not in Berlin.
Oh, it's in Frankfurt?
It's in Frankfurt.
So,
yeah.
Well, I started it off wrong, Frankfurt. So we both get tackled on that one. All right. So we got the Rams traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Whew. Yeah, exactly. But Packers are favored by 3. Matthew Stafford's status still up in the air. T, who you got?
I'm going to take the Rams. I think somehow he plays. Again, I got a lot of love for the Packers and stuff like that, but they are just not clicking. They're not. It's kind of a hot mess down there, and I just think the Rams have a better offense. And if Stafford is able to play, I think the Rams pull it off. Even if Rippon comes in and plays instead, I still think he's going to execute better than Jordan Love will. So, man, we had a 20-13 game Rams.
And interesting. Yeah, this is a super tough game to pick, man. Just two teams struggling mightily, and I'm basing my decision on if Stafford doesn't play because I don't think he will. So I got the Packers.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, I like the Packers winning it. I'm gonna go 21-17. Packers over the Rams. I think it's an Aaron Jones game. I think he finally does something this season. So I like him in this game.
I don't think it's him. I just think they're trying to prove, okay, Jordan can play, and they've always been like kind of run the ball.
And they've threatened with benching him this week if he struggles. So I think he'll be just enough to win.
You got to know by now if he is the guy, and obviously he's not because of the contract he got. Like, it's just like, okay.
I just don't understand how you just don't turn around and hand the ball to Aaron Jones. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Or get him in space.
Don't have the screen game with him.
Swing passes, left and right.
Yeah.
But with that, excuse me, I'm going to go with the Packers too, but I think it's like a 17-13 kind of game. If Matthew Stafford does play, I don't think he's that effective. Nakua is dealing with a little knee problem, so I don't know how appetizing that game will be.
Yeah.
So, next one. The Kirk Cousinless Vikings traveling to Atlanta. Both teams sitting at 4-4, both in the playoff mix, both having new starting quarterbacks this week with Taylor Heineke taking over. Ryan, Falcons opened up at 4.5-point favorites.
Yeah. It wasn't too hard to pick this one. I know the Vikings have been playing better defense, but I'm telling you, the Falcons just play different at home for some reason. In that Mercedes-Benz dome. So I like the Falcons. Heineke is going to get it done, man. I don't know. I hate to say that. It's probably what they should have done all along. So I like the Falcons. I'm going to go 23-20. I think it's very competitive, but I like the Falcons, so I don't think they cover.
Yeah, I went back and forth on this one for a little while. I think Hall steps up and plays pretty well as far as moving the offense with the weapons he has and things like that. But yeah, I mean, the Falcons at home are a different team, like Ryan's saying, and I think somehow they sneak it out. I mean, Heineke's going to be slinging the ball. I'm sure Bijan now will be more in the passing game and stuff like that. He's got the weapons, so hopefully he's going to use them. So yeah, same thing. I'm thinking 24-21 Falcons.
Yep, I agree.
No
Get
cover.
Bijan the ball. I mean, you've got to keep pace now. I mean, you got a chance. You obviously made a move because you still think there's a chance. So, and Heineke played good, like 150 yards in the second half last week. So,
Yeah.
And he's proven before he can do it. Old Dominion legend up here.
Took the Commanders to the playoffs.
Yeah. So, T, who's better, Hal or Heineke?
Oh, Hal for sure.
Yeah, Hal's better.
But I'm going Falcons too. But I like this to be a 24-10 game. I don't think the Vikings get anything going. But Dobbs, who knows? Maybe he plays. Just put him in. Kid seems to always have first game magic. So,
right.
No
speaking of the Manders and the sweatless and young, like a soap opera name. But they have been traded away. So the Manders at 3-5 travel to New England to take on the Patriots. -3. The Patriots. T. Who you like in Foxborough?
Neither. But I mean, I don't know, for whatever reason. Thank you, appreciate that so much. For whatever reason, the Manders, I think, are going to go in there and win this game. I think the team will somehow rally around themselves and just have more offense than the Patriots will. And I don't know. Gut just tells me Manders win. I don't know. 23-16 Manders.
Are they playing for Riverboat Ron or Field Goal Ron?
I don't know who. I think they're just playing for their own selves as players. I don't know. It's a mess. So, but it's one of those things where I can just see them going in there and just getting the win. Like, there's not really other explanation for it or to it. Just go get it done.
Yeah,
NFL,
still in
man.
the mix.
Any given
NFC,
that's
wide
what I'm
open. So these are big games for the Manders.
I mean, the Patriots haven't really shown that they're like dominating teams at home, or or having anybody come in there and not being able to score on them and stuff like that, or even pull a win out. So
right,
why not? Like, why not? Why not go in there and shock old Bill?
Yeah, well,
on that note, I'm going to take the Patriots. I think the pass rush is going to be affected greatly, man. The Manders don't have one, and that's how you get Mac Jones, man. He buckles under pressure bad. So with no pass rush, I think that's what's gonna help just somehow they're going to find a way to pull the game out. So
That's fair, though.
I don't think it's going to be a good score, but I think it's going to. I'm going to go like a 19-17 Patriots over the Manders.
Okay.
Completely fair. I get it.
I couldn't. I went back and forth on this, but I did go finally with the Manders. I think Hal played really good against the Eagles, and I mean, he showed what he could do. And I just don't know what New England. What are they trying to do? Is Josh McDaniels going to be back this week calling
Probably.
offensive plays, or maybe they'll make him the defensive coordinator? I don't know. Team speed. They lost Kendrick Bourne, right, out for the year.
They did, yeah.
Which sucks. Which was probably their best option. Ramondre Stevenson not even being used, hardly. Wasted fantasy pick. But, yeah, I just think that they're going to just ride this crappy year out and get a high draft pick to get a quarterback and just start all over. Since they just gave Belichick a contract extension. So I like the Manders 28-20. So one of the games of the week, there's a lot of good games. They're later in the day. But Seahawks at 5-2, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens at 6-2. Ravens at 5.5-point favorites.
Wow.
Wait, Seahawks are playing in Baltimore?
Yep.
Yeah.
Traveling all the way across the country.
I think the Seahawks go in there and play. I think the Seahawks go in there and play well. Their new addition's going to help. The Ravens haven't really impressed me so much this year, even though a lot of people are talking about them and praising them. I think they're on paper, and they have all the talent in the world. I don't know. The Seahawks team is just scrappy, and Pete Carroll, man, he's got him playing pretty well. So I think they go in there, and I'm thinking 23-17 Seahawks, and it could be one of those things where they score in the last minute. So,
what's the spread on the game?
5.5.
Oh wow. Yeah, I like it. It's going to be a real good game. It'll be entertaining for sure. Wish I could watch it and wasn't traveling, but I'm going to go with the Ravens here, man. I think it's hard for a team to travel across the country, play a noon game when they're on Pacific time zone, and they're going to play at what they would usually start a game at 3 o'clock, and they're going to start at noon. So it's really their 9 o'clock. But enough of that talk. I just think it comes down to quarterback play, and I like Lamar over Geno. So I'm going to say Ravens 31, Seahawks 27.
Ooh, all right. Shootout. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the Ravens. I just think they're a really good team, just kind of still figuring out the offense, but Lamar's been great. 17-1 against NFC teams in his career. So I think being at home, the time travel, I think Seahawks have a terrible record when it comes to the playing at 1 o'clock.
They're one of those
it's
teams
actually
that
1
does,
o'clock game. So they're, to them, it's still 10 a.m. back home.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I was Central Time.
Whatever. So East Coast, right? They're playing on the East Coast. It's 1.
Right, I guess. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's why I want to live.
Get it right,
California.
Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. So, with that, this next game.
What did you pick as the score of that Ravens game?
28-24, Ravens.
Okay.
So, I think it's a good shootout.
Yeah, I was surprised the spread was that high.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's one to take the under on for sure.
Just kind of not been where he was last year. And they got lots of weapons, but they need to use Charbonnet more and KW3. Just run them ball more, play action. Stop trying to be a high-powered offense. Pete Carroll's got the defense.
JSN's been hot lately too, man.
Just run it and spread it around.
They have 3 great receivers too.
Yeah, that's why you drafted him. Use them. So, but the Bears at 2-6, traveling to the New Orleans Saints at 4-4. Saints open up as a 7-point favorites. Back inside the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
Wow.
Man, I don't know. I think the Saints win. I trust their offense more than I trust the Bears' offense, and well, the game could be. I don't. Would you say 7 points? I don't know. I think it'd be a lot. I think it'd be closer. I'm thinking like a 20 to. I'm thinking 21-17 Saints.
Wow.
I don't know how the Bears score 17 points, but I can see Badgett and DJ connecting for one. Maybe Foreman actually gets used in this game again, but yeah.
Well, he liked
think the
Komet
Saints.
a lot last.
Yeah,
Komet had a good game.
He did. Yeah, 21-17 Saints. Just don't trust those Bears at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Saints in this one. Man, Olave's a bad man. I ain't talking about when he got arrested either. But I like him in a bounce back game. This game, I see him getting over 100 yards against the Bears, and I just think the Saints defense is too good for the Bears, man. I don't see them, being able to do much, man. I'm gonna go 24-10 Saints over the Bears.
I'm on the Saints. I'm on the Saints, and I don't think that the new addition Sweat's going to make a difference. I think the Saints at home are different. Kamara's been fantastic this year. And Shaheed Carr plays good at home. He's had some really good games. So, he's still learning the new offense, but Saints fans, take it easy on him. You don't have to boo him after every freaking play. It's the first half of the first year with the team. So I like the Saints.
The only thing I don't like is when he's calling out guys and then throwing to the sideline.
That was a little over the top.
I was like, okay, don't call out your guys for that,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you said, Ryan, God, don't throw the ball 10 yards out of bounds and then scream at the guy for running the wrong route.
Yell at him I was like, that's your fault, dude.
Go
Come
gadget
on.
arm. So, But I like the Saints in a shootout on one side of the ball. At 31-17.
There we go.
I think the Bears might score in their first scripted plays, and then get a garbage touchdown. But I think they do cover. So, big game. Bucks at 3-4 traveling to Houston, where our very own Ryan is debating on whether he should go to this game.
I know.
Why in the hell would you not? You have to.
I know, right?
Have you ever been to Reliance Stadium?
I have not.
See?
No, I have not.
Yeah, all the signs are pointing in the direction.
I know. Man, tough one too. I went back and forth on this one, man, and it was very hard to pick, man. I feel like both teams need a bounce back. Bucks on a 3-game losing streak here. It's gonna be 4 in a row, man. I like the Texans in this. I hate to say it, man, but I just do. I know it's gonna be very close, but I just like Stroud, man. The Bucks pass defense is weak right now. They can't really defend anyone in the passing game. The rush defense is good, but man, I like the Texans winning. I still think it's going to be low scoring. I like Texans 20, Bucks 17. And I hate to say that, but it's where it's headed. This is going to be the game they're going to bench Baker after. He's going to have 2 turnovers in this game. They're going to go with Trask.
Kyle Trask era begins.
Yep.
I think it's a competitive game. I think both teams go and score points. But I think the Texans edge it out. I think it's going to be a 28-24 game. Stroud does his thing. I think Baker plays well. I think Mike Evans does his thing. But I think the Bucks losing streak goes to 4. Unfortunately,
I know it happens.
Don't know about the benching of the Baker, but But I mean, if I feel if they lose, yeah, you might as well bring trash
Gotta
in and
see
see
what
what you
you
have there
have,
for a
you
little bit.
know?
Won't hurt, but they just don't seem explosive on offense. They're not running the ball, and so I feel like the Texans will have that. I don't know where the Bucks will find 24 points, but I could see Baker and company and Mike Evans and them like having some chemistry and stuff against the Texas defense.
Yeah.
Well,
The Bucks embody their coach, and unfortunately that's Todd Bowles, and he doesn't really show much emotion, you know.
Nah.
So I would trade coaches in a heartbeat.
hey, Josh
For
McDaniels
D'Amico.
is free.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. But Texans, good young team. I like Stroud too. He's been the best rookie QB easily. He'll have a better game, but Ryan, you'll be celebrating a victory in attendance.
I hope you're
I got
right.
the Bucks.
I hope you're
I
right.
got the Bucks at 27-17. I just think
Oh wow,
being indoors, everybody's set. No one's going anywhere for the Bucks, and you guys are still in the playoff chase. So
true. The vision's far from over
exactly.
there too.
So I mean, if the Bears pull one off, you keep pace with the Saints. Who knows? Who knows? And you don't have to worry about the Panthers. So that's But yeah, I think
Didn't
Baker.
we all three pick the Bears or the Saints and Falcons though?
Yeah. Well, hey,
So-
the way this year's going, none of it will be right. So, next one.
Right.
Speaking of not being right, we got the Arizona Cardinals at 1-7. Who is starting at quarterback?
Clayton Tune.
Oh, they're giving the kid a chance. Okay. I didn't know if
He's been
Blame
running
me
first
too.
team reps.
Well, congratulations. You get to go on the road and play one of the best defenses in the league in the Cleveland Browns.
And some nice Cleveland weather, I'm sure.
Yes. And maybe Deshaun Watson's arm feels okay. Who knows? Maybe he's going to get out there, start earning that fully guaranteed contract. Do you know his cap hits over $60 million next year?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like you're going to pay him and Myles Garrett and Cooper and Denzel Ward, and then just have a bunch of undrafted free agents.
Bunch of scrubs.
So, but Cleveland, another weird team at 4-3, but they open up as 7.5-point favorites.
I don't think there's much to say about this game. Cleveland's defense is going to get after him. Poor quarterback starting for his first one. But, man, give me Cleveland 21. Give me the Cardinals 6. They kick 2 field goals somehow.
Yeah, I'm a T. Cleveland's going to just tear him up. He's going to be singing to a different tune after this game.
Definitely be singing a different tune. Singing and definitely playing a different tune.
I could have done. All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, man, I like the Browns. I'm going to go 27-6.
What to 6? 27-6?
27-6 Browns.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all going to be really good on these picks this week, or pretty sucky. But I got Cleveland
Right.
too. I don't know, man. I'm waiting to see what Watson from 2019 when he was top 5 in the league. But something's just not right.
Not happening this year.
They do have a good defense, and the poor kid's got to make his first start on the road in Cleveland. So I like the Browns 24-10. And that game, I don't even want to. But I think interesting next game, guys. We got the Colts at 3-5, traveling to Carolina at 1-6, fresh off their first victory of the year.
Barn burner.
Yes, but the Colts on the road, 2.5-point favorites.
Give them to me. Give them to me. I'll take the Minshew all day. I think there'll be some action in that game for whatever reason. The Colts defense isn't great, and I think that Adam Thielen and Bryce Young will probably have some some connection. Chuba Hubbard apparently is the new running back, so I could see him maybe getting in the end zone. But yeah, give it to me. Minshew Magic all day, and 28 to 28-24 to the Colts.
I do think it's definitely a barn burner here. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be low scoring. I think I do like Minshew Magic. I do like the Colts. I think it's a Jonathan Taylor game. I'm going to go Colts 21, Panthers 20. Very close.
Late TD for the
They
win.
pull it out though. TD for the win.
Late TD for
by Jonathan
Late
Taylor.
TD by JG for the win. I went back and forth on this game. I want to give the Panthers some momentum, see what they can do, keep going. But yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. I think it is a JT game. His touches and production have been going up each week, so he's still kind of fresh, So he's good to go. But I do like the Colts 28-24 on the road to cover. So the 4:00 game of the week. Or it could be a slaughter. So maybe we get 2 tackles. The Cowboys at 5-2. Ryan's team. His secret Savory favorite team.
No. The Savory team.
No, see.
Stupid Savory team.
But they're traveling to Philly to take on the 71 Eagles. Eagles only a 3-point favorite at home.
Oh, give me the Eagles all day. I just don't trust the Cowboys at all. They show up for 1 week, take a break the next week, show up 1 week, go on vacation the next week. So I just don't. I think the Eagles are somebody who's going to make a run deep into the playoffs. I think this game does go back and forth, and there's going to be some action there. But man, I'm 31-21 Eagles. The Eagles secondary is somewhat questionable, so I can see CeeDee Lamb getting some touches and plays. But yeah, 31-21 Eagles. Just don't trust the Cowboys, and they got to step up and prove
How
you
many
wrong.
picks for Dak?
I don't know. I don't know. He'll probably throw one just because he's going to be having to hurl the ball, I think, more than he normally will have to.
Late in the game?
I don't know. I say any part of the game he's going to throw one. So I just don't trust him. I don't know. I'm not going to beat him down. I'm not going to beat the dead horse of it all. It actually kind of gets old, but I just don't know. I just don't trust him. Their games there. They're relying on him to do not necessarily everything, but I don't know. He's going to be playing from behind, so he's going to be chunking the ball a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's tough, real tough. I think this is going to be a good division game. The Eagles, fresh off their win over the Manders, in a very close competitive game.
For the second time.
Yeah.
They play him tough. They always play him tough.
Dak's record against the Eagles is 8-3. So after this Sunday, it's going to be 9-3.
There he is.
The Cowboys are going to upset the Eagles. I know y'all love that. 34-31 Cowboys. I like it in a high-scoring game. I do think Dak throws a pick. I do like Pollard bouncing back in this game. I do think Hurts does. I think every player balls out. But this is a different defense than the Eagles have played. So I do like them.
Does A.J. Brown get his 7th straight game of 125 yards or more?
I think he'll get over 100, not over 125.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He gets 110 and a touchdown.
I'm right there with Ryan. But at the same time, I think he has all the opportunity to do so, though, for sure. But
it'll be a good game. Real good game.
It will be. I think it's going to be a really good game. I really do.
I think the key to this game is feeding DeAndre Swift and getting him going. But I like the Eagles 27-24 in a close game. Something's wrong with Jalen's knee, and I think at some point, if they win this game, I think maybe they need to give him next week off so he can start getting that knee right, because he's not even walking good. He's got a limp, It's not good, and it's still early, so rest him up for the playoffs. And there's plenty of talent to where no matter who's there, I think the only thing that would be affected if Jalen doesn't play is the push tush, but whatever. I like that little counter play that they ran off the push tush that Swift picked up the first down.
For sure.
So, all right, guys, in Sunday Night Football, game of the week, I think.
You left off one game.
Oh.
The game of the week, man.
Oh.
Giants at Raiders.
How could I forget?
Come on,
How
man.
could I forget?
That's the game of the week.
I wrote that really tiny on my notepad.
As you should.
Game of the week. Okay. Well, if you are ready for some high-flying action, go to somewhere on the Vegas Strip and find it somewhere else, because it will not be at this game. As the Giants at 2-6 travel to take on the freshly head coach departed Raiders at 3-5. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, Raiders are going to come out and play. They're going behind Pierce, and I don't know what to say about the Giants, and I'm not going to. And 24-13 Raiders.
Oh my gosh, that many points?
Yeah, Devontae's going to get involved.
It's still the under.
Jacobs too. So 24-13 Raiders.
Man, I struggled with this one a lot too, man. I would struggle more with watching it too, but
you don't have to endure that misery.
I know, thankfully. Man, I like the Giants for some reason. I just do. I don't know why. I think they get Daniel Jones back. They're going to be at 100%. I like the Giants. Low scoring. I think it's going to be like 17 to. I'm going to go 12. No, 17-13. Giants over the Raiders.
Up my pad. I wrote it perfect. Now I have this big blotch from scratching it out. But I don't know what to think. But I think DJ being back, I think Barkley's going to have a big game. Waller
I do like so.
Out with the hamstring, more than likely on the IR. Just put him on the IR for the rest of the year. Big disappointment.
Damn.
Yeah. But Bellinger, I think, will step in and play pretty good. But I think this is a big game for Saquon, and Hyatt gets a deep, long pass for a touchdown. So I like the Giants to win 21-13 as Aiden O'Connell comes in to battle the Giants. But
I do agree with T, though. I think Pierce will have those guys playing better. I think their defense is going to play really well. I just don't trust a rookie running back, and their offensive line's trash. I mean, a rookie quarterback and their offensive line's trash. So,
poor Devontae Adams. Well, any player that's on that team, really. But and Mark Davis now having to pay Gruden and McDaniels over the next few years. But all right. So, anyways, back to game of the week. Bills 5-3 traveling to Cincy to take on the 4-3 newly starting to get it together Bengals. Bengals open up at -3 at home.
Yeah, give me the Bengals all day. Don't trust the Bills. I just don't know which team we're gonna get out of the Bills, kind of thing. So yeah. Giving them Bengals playing a lot better at home, too. I think there'll be some points scored, though. Man, give me a 38-31 game.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good game right there.
Entertaining football for sure in that one. So
I think so.
So I like the Bengals too, man. I just think they have Josh Allen's number right now. I think they just they play the Bills really well, man, and their defense can step up when they need it. I do think it's going to be highly competitive, though. I know Allen's not going to go out like he did the last time against them, so I like Bengals 34, Bills 30.
Oh, barn burners. All right. Well,
Yep.
I'm on the Bengals bandwagon too. Burrow's calf, I think, is fine. He showed it on that 20-yard run down the field against the Niners and was just on fire. 21 straight completions or something like that? I mean,
yeah.
Unbelievable. The guy is so much fun to watch. The Bengals, good defense, a little underrated, but I think, like you guys said, they've had Allen's number, and Burrow, as the calendar turns to November, really gets on track. And since he's also my Super Bowl pick, so they need to get going. So 28-27 in a really close game. I think Bass misses a field goal at the buzzer. And as we go to Monday Night Football, the Chargers, Brandon Staley's still employed. 3-4, traveling to New York to take on the Jets, and the Chargers are -3 favorites.
I don't know. I think the Chargers win the game. I don't know how or why, but you got 24-21 Chargers. I just don't know. Jets got a great defense. They're keeping them in there. They're keeping their hopes alive. But I don't know. Something tells me Chargers 21-24.
Tough game to pick, man. But I like the Jets in this one, man. I don't know what it is. I like the defense. This is going to be a Staley screw-up game, I think. He's going to make some questionable coaching calls and call some bad timeouts, or something's going to happen, I feel like. But I do like the Jets. Zach Wilson has the most fourth-quarter comebacks in the NFL this season, too. So,
Yep, very true.
Yeah.
I want to get back to that. Remind me.
Okay. I like the Jets 24-20 over the Chargers. They're going to go to 5-3. They just got to get to week 15 when Aaron Rodgers comes back. So
playing this year, it's just a hoorah story to get him going.
Coming back.
I don't know. I'm going with the better quarterback. I think Saul is a really good coach. And this Jets team would be a lot better with Rodgers. But Herbert is awesome. And I'm just going to go Chargers 27-13. I just don't think Zach Wilson's going to do anything. And speaking of Zach Wilson, last week against the Giants, awful game, 24 punts. And I'm still angry about the not spotting of the ball of the official.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Lazard handed the ball to the center puts it down, and the official just touches the ball. So I'm a little angry, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. But with that, guys, it's week 9 of Rapid Fire. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Excellent job with the Crock Pot recipes, guys. Brian, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us, Real Tree Shakers. We are on Facebook. We are on X. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on TikTok. Look for us everywhere you do your social media. Please.
Yes.
Help us get to the Green Day concert.
Yes.
We would greatly
appreciate it. If you're one of our 12 listeners
it.
or so and you know someone from Green Day,
gave us 12.
Plug us in. Or if you know someone of someone who knows someone who might know someone of Green Day, tell them to listen. Get us that backstage passes.
Get us in touch.
Yes.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would faint. I'd be a little girl. I'd be a little girl at a Taylor Swift show.
Yeah, I know, right? You'd be a Swiftie.
Yeah. A greenie.
A greenie. There you go.
The fact that you guys brought Green Day and Taylor Swift into the same sentence, man. Like,
Well, that's what happens in my household. Okay, so
that's
in order
fair.
to get
That's
to be
fair.
able to listen to that in my car with my daughter, there's our man
I
Kyson.
wanted to say bye.
See you, dude.
Carson.
Oh, he wants to plug his YouTube channel real quick.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on,
yeah,
jump
Speaking of
in.
the mic, go.
Real quick, I just want to mention my YouTube channel. It's called Kays. Kays. Search it up and then
Subscribe.
subscribe to Kays.
What's it about?
There you go.
What's it
Formerly
about?
known
What's
as
on it?
Crybaby
What are we checking out?
What's on it?
I just make a bunch.
He does a lot of videos with his wrestlers. He does a lot of just humor stuff and everything like that.
Yeah, bunch of humor.
Cool.
Excellent.
So
Cool. Right on,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
Excellent. Everybody subscribe
Yes.
to
Yeah, we
that.
got you, man.
It's Kays. Kays.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's start. Everybody subscribe to that. Get our future
Yes.
social media coordinator
Right.
off the ground and rolling. But with that, everybody enjoy the cold weather. Enjoy the crock pot recipes. I think Mississippi mud is on the menu for Sunday. But
Mississippi pot roast.
Mississippi pot roast.
There you go.
I see. Talking about dessert, I think.
Oh, did I say
Mississippi
Mississippi
mud?
mud? I did.
Hey, I'll eat that for dessert after the pot roast. Come on.
There you
No
go.
doubt.
Mississippi all day.
No doubt. Thanks for listening. And
Yes.
as always, this is the Real Tree Shaker Show. We'll
Peace,
see you
guys.
next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
All right, guys, I got to go get stuff.